I will say there is one episode. It was so hard to watch because she's very young. She's like 2.5 years old. She's so cute. But her like dad had passed away.
Oh.
And so she is like really afraid all the time. And like, so they tell her to like call on her dad to like give her support.
Yeah.
And I was just, come on, man. This is just too much, man. I was like, I had to watch it in like little increments.
Yeah.
Like a minute at a time. And I would stop and just like, I'm so sorry. You know, like nobody deserves, you know. Welcome to the Asian Not Asian podcast. We're working on the slug line, but right now I'm working on this new one where it's Asians not from Asia talk about what it's like being Asians from not Asia.
Oh, that is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Sometimes we have Asians from Asia and they're welcome
That's
too.
true. Yeah.
But then they also talk about what it's like being in not Asia, which is what we call America.
Right.
Welcome to Not America. This is, I believe, episode 3 of the new season. So this one will be episode 3 of the new season. Today is Easter, just to give you a sense. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
Let's a quick little Easter story. Did you do Easter stuff?
Yes.
Yeah.
I had no idea what it was though until I went to Catholic school.
Oh, okay, cool.
Like I was just like, you eat chocolate.
Eat chocolate.
And you like get plastic eggs full of toys.
Yes.
Toys. Yeah.
Toys?
What's in it? Candy?
Yolks?
No, plastic eggs.
I know, but still, maybe there's a yolk in there.
Yeah. I was yoked out.
Yeah, I remember going to egg hunts.
Yeah.
And I grew up in the 80s when people didn't care about the feelings of kids.
Mm-hmm.
And so I remember there would always just be one egg hunt.
Mm-hmm.
One.
Mm-hmm.
Not like now where there's like, there's an egg hunt every hour. You
Yeah.
know? Now there was just one. And if you didn't get any eggs, fuck you, kid. You know?
Yeah.
Get in your car and your dad can drunk drive home or whatever. This is the 80s.
Right.
And my mom, because, you know, she's an Asian mom, she would dress me up in a suit.
Really?
I remember this. I can't remember if it was a 3-piece suit. I want to say it was because, again, it was the 80s.
Oh, my God.
I mean, I'm like 5.
Yeah.
And she puts me in this 3-piece suit. So uncomfortable. And I already had so much anxiety as a kid trying to get these eggs.
That's
so
cute.
Yeah, I was adorable.
That's really cute.
But I remember I was like, because I was not very competitive.
Yeah.
I'm like, Mom was like, okay, you got to go get the eggs. And I was like, what about all these other kids? I was like very stressed out.
So it's just like a public egg hunt?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it must have been at some church or something like that. But in my mind, I was just like, I got to get these eggs. And if I don't get them, I'll never get any. I know what you mean.
I was a really shy kid.
Yes, I'm very.
And so I hated public like things like that where you have to compete with children you don't know.
Yes.
Or like, I remember when like festivals when they would face paint. In reality, I would have loved to got my face paint.
Ooh.
But I didn't want to do it in public because I didn't want to be judged by other kids.
Yes.
So I like an egg. Is it called an egg hunt?
I think it's called an egg hunt.
Okay. I couldn't do that with other kids because I wouldn't fight for it.
I'm the same.
Yeah.
I have this thing where I don't like to make other people feel bad, even if it's for my benefit.
Yeah.
You know? And
Totally.
as a kid, I didn't want to. That's why I never liked sports. It was because, like, I don't want anyone to lose. Can we all just win? You know what I'm saying?
I just couldn't imagine, like, letting. I don't know. If I saw an egg and I saw another kid see an egg, I would literally be like, go ahead. It's okay. Like, I can get an egg elsewhere. This is your egg. You seem to need this egg more than me.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
I do
But with
think
my
that.
siblings,
Yeah.
because I have 2 siblings, and we would do it just like a family one.
Sure.
No mercy.
None.
And I'm the oldest one. I could, like, kill them. Like, I was like, I'm just, like, bigger than them at that point.
You're the oldest?
Yeah.
See, man, we got to get the show going. But as
This is what I mean. I could talk for forever.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, as the oldest person, I was the oldest child, and I was the boy. My mom was always kind of like, you need to protect your sisters, go out there. My mom was very like, if somebody fucks with your sisters, she didn't say fuck, but if somebody messes with your sisters, you gotta go in there like she was like cool with violence in the protection of my family.
Sure.
So in my mind, I was always like, I'm kind of here to sacrifice myself.
Yeah.
For other people,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
That was like an older thing too. And I think that also played into my interactions and shyness with other kids.
Yeah.
You know?
Totally.
Yeah.
I get it.
But did you, as an older person, were you expected to like take the bullet?
No. I think maybe it's being a girl.
No, it could be it.
they're just like, no, just, I'm not going to fight anybody.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to verbally or physically.
Yeah.
I was tiny.
That's true.
So it was just kind of like, just watch out for her. Just watch out for them,
Just do it.
Yeah,
Okay.
just be
Well,
careful.
welcome to the Asian Not Asian podcast. I'm your host, Mike Nguyen.
I'm Jenny Arimoto.
And, a happy Easter. We are, again, this is season 2, episode 3. As you can see, it's very loosey-goosey. That's because we don't have Fumi and his spreadsheets to kind of tell us what to do.
I can do that. I can become that person.
Do not do that.
Okay.
No, I have several Google accounts for different sheets that they're all over the place. It's a nightmare. It's a labyrinthian nightmare.
Yes.
It's like a KPMG project. So, it's a little loosey-goosey, but I hope everybody's having fun. One thing that's not loosey-goosey is we're bringing back our Patreon shout-outs.
Woo.
So we haven't done that in a while. We obviously haven't done it during the end of season 1, and now with season 2, we started doing episodes, but we kind of put Patreon on a background burner. Not because it's not important. It's the opposite. You guys are very important. Thank you so much for doing that. If you guys don't know what that is, Patreon is the best way to support the podcast. And with the money we use, we can buy equipment. We can, get different kind of guests and all these different things. There's different rewards on there. One of which is we shout out, we give you a shout out on the podcast, and we try to guess your ethnicity. Again, just check it out at patreon.com/AsianNotAsianPod. We haven't done this Guess Your Ethnicity game in a while. I think the last one was literally the Margaret Cho episode. I went back and listened, and we probably got that person's name wrong. And so now we have new Patreons. Again, thank you so much for people who have been supporting the show, even during the sort of mini break that we had, and continuing it on into season 2. And we're going to start the game again. So are you ready to play? You've never played this game.
I played once.
You have?
Yes.
Okay.
And it was Dylan Adler and me,
yes.
and we were both not great at it.
No one is good at it.
Yeah.
No one is good at it. And I swear to God, our fans are getting smarter about it. Sometimes they'll just like send an emoji as their name. And I'm just like, fucking
Wow.
no, So, which is fine. We're going to guess your ethnicity based on your name. So the first person is Jennifer.
It's me. I just donated a bunch to get my airtime so I could talk about myself. No, just kidding.
I love it.
I feel like Jennifer could really be every and any Asian. Because as a Jennifer, I'm saying that right now.
We're
confidently.
We were talking about everything all at once. So Jennifer is everyone, everywhere all at once.
All at once.
This is every Asian.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much. Well, I hope every Asian could give us more than $5 a month. But I understand if every Asian in the world combined maybe only gives us $5 a month. That also makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the second one, Jessica Liang.
Is Liang Chinese?
I want to say
feels
it
Chinese
is.
to me.
It feels Chinese to me as well.
And Jessica is another. Jennifer and
Asian.
Jessica's are like so of my era.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I'm surrounded by Jessica Liang's. I'm blessed to have that in my life.
I'm blessed. Is your name Jennifer?
Yeah, I'm a Jennifer.
Fucking A. Are you serious?
Yeah, but I've always gone by Jenny. My parents named me with the intent of calling me Jenny.
That's funny that they would go like, what's going to be a sick nickname that we're going to use actually?
Yes.
You don't seem like a Jennifer. You seem like a Jenny.
I don't feel that way either.
Yeah.
But I know that I like so many people born in the 90s, Jennifers and Jessicas.
Yes. A lot of Michaels in the 80s. A lot
Yeah.
of Kevins now. And I want to say Pauls. I see a lot of Pauls.
Wow.
Okay. All right. We're going to keep going. But we're going to say Chinese.
Yeah, Chinese.
Chinese. All right. And then we have this one. This name is sick. I love this name.
I also, yeah.
Beau Nguyen.
Yes.
So right off the bat,
Vietnamese.
Right. Shouts. Okay. I would love to meet a Nguyen who wasn't Vietnamese. Like a dude.
Have you ever?
Never. I don't think it's possible. But you know what? You never know.
Yeah.
You know how like sometimes you meet a guy on a piece of paper and it's like, oh, his name is David Lee, and then he comes in, he's actually a white guy. And
Yeah.
you're like, you tricked me. You tricked me, David.
Yeah.
But I would love it if there was like a Stuart Nguyen, and it comes from a long line of Southern Nguyens.
Yeah.
We are from the Appalachians. You know, like just like a weird quirk of the language. You
Yeah.
know, yeah, it's spelled the same?
Oh, I was gonna say it's spelled totally
Oh,
different.
totally
And then
different. There's
it's
a T in there.
Yeah, there's a T.
Nguyens. Welcome.
But
my
the
name
name
is.
Beau rules. I think that's such a cool name.
That's a cool fucking name.
Like that. This guy rules. Wears like really cool, kind of like loose pants. And like
Loose pants.
Yeah, like cool.
So
loose
cool.
Pants.
Wow.
He was like skinny jeans are dead like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And he has like cool like little tattoos.
Oh, the little tattoos.
The tiniest tattoos.
Oh,
but
they're so cool.
That's Beau Nguyens.
Fuck. Oh my gosh. That is this guy. I went to go see a show and it was like, it was at the Knockdown Center. You ever been there?
I don't.
It's in Bushwick. It's like a, cool venue that used to be like a masonry something.
Mm-hmm.
And it was full of, young people. I'm pretty young. I felt everybody was like 25 and under. So I was like, okay. And I don't know what happened, but Asian young people are the coolest.
Really?
There were so many like cool Asian dudes with like loose pants, tiny tattoos.
Yes.
Like, I don't know if this is a thing, like kind of like, leather belts that were tipped in silver. Does that make sense?
Yes.
You know
I know what
about?
you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck, man. and they got really tall. I don't know what happened. Everybody's pretty tall.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Sometimes I'm like, are Asians tall?
Are Asians tall now?
Are Asians tall now? Yeah. Did the milk campaign in the 90s work?
that actually actually worked. It was too late for us, but worked for them.
I tried. I chugged.
Oh.
I chugged that milk.
I chugged that shit. They didn't have the hormones right.
Yeah.
Beau Nguyen is a cool Asian. And that's the game, man. All right, so again, that's patreon.com/Asian hook it up. You can I think the lowest tier is $5, but we would love your support. And if you want to get up on this, just check us out on Patreon. Okay, we're gonna jump right into it. We're gonna ask each other our main thing, which is what kind of Asian you were this week. Do you want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
Why don't you go first?
Okay, you gotta ask me.
What kind of Asian were you this week, Mike?
It has to be one of those things where when you go to when you're drinking with Korean people, you can't pour your own drink. You have to pour everybody else's drink.
That's a Japanese thing too.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of nice.
It is. It's so Japanese, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
Just like, please. Yeah.
Please, then you have to hold your sleeve.
Yeah. I always bring sleeves so I can hold it.
You know who doesn't have sleeves?
Yeah.
Beau Nguyen. Okay.
Yeah, he shows his muscles with his tiny.
Are you falling in love with Beau Nguyen?
I'm in love with
Beau Nguyen. He sounds hot though.
Yeah, he's like 6'3", and I'm like, I
fuck.
didn't know Asians could be that tall and wear such flowy pants.
What kind of loose pants are we talking? Are we talking about just like his pants are big? Or are we talking about like he's wearing like
not like Jinko jeans, but like just like cool, like the new pant is like, why is this the energy today? I feel like we're really
energy. What are you talking about?
I feel like I'm really hyper today. It's like, do you know what I mean? Like it's like a cool fit, but it's like short, and you get to wear like high tops with it, and it looks really cool.
Yeah.
Like that vibe, like trousers.
Trousers,
yeah,
yes.
like trousers.
Maybe
That's the
there's
word.
one pleat in it. One.
Yeah.
Just one pleat. Oh.
That's Beau.
On the left. Okay.
Okay, enough of that.
Okay, sorry, Beau. Let's see here. Oh yeah, so okay.
Mike, what kind of Asian were you this week?
I was an SBTN Asian. Okay.
What does that mean?
SBTN is the Vietnamese language news station. It's a 24-hour news station.
Yes, I saw you. Yes.
So I think it stands for Saigon Broadcasting something network, right? And it is a 24. It's like CNN for Vietnamese people, and I think it's for that diaspora. And one of the fans sent me a screenshot and was like, "Hey man, you're on SBTN." I was like, my dad was watching SBTN, and he like your face was on there, and I was like, "What?" And it's entirely in Vietnamese, and so I get sent this screenshot, and I see it, and it's got some like, it's in Vietnamese, right? The little like caption that they have with my face, and it was so I have to say kind of unsettling.
Yeah,
it's always kind of weird when someone is talking about you. Right. And it's definitely weird when someone's talking about you to tens of thousands of people at the same time. And this, I don't really speak Vietnamese. I can't read it. I mean, I can sound it out, but it doesn't mean anything. So like it's got the words, and I spent the next literally hour and a half sending it to different Vietnamese friends that I have.
Yeah.
Right? Because I didn't want to send it to my parents.
Sure.
Just in case they
Just
were like,
in case, yeah.
Vietnamese communist sympathizer Mike Nguyen is ruining Vietnam with his stupid podcast.
Sure.
And so I didn't even know if there was the word podcast in Vietnamese. I don't know what it probably, there's probably like some sort of euphemism, like rice paddy conversation,
Sure.
right? His podcast,
Yeah.
right? So I had no idea. And so I sent it to different friends of mine, and like it's a news thing, right? So like there's like advanced words, right? So like they were like, okay, it says comedian, but then that's it. And I was like, fuck, that doesn't tell me anything.
Yeah.
What kind of comedian?
Right.
Is this good or bad?
What's
Like,
the tone here?
that's entirely right. What's the tone? And so I eventually just had to give up, and I just sent it to my mom. Actually, no, I sent it to one of my other friends who's pretty good Vietnamese, and she was like, okay, it sounds like it's like, you know, talking about it says something like character of the day or something like that. This is like an ongoing segment they must have. Like person of the day, right? And then there's Mike Nguyen and his journey from becoming this to a comedian. And I was like, okay, it sounds like they're not trying to cancel me.
Yeah.
Like, Vietnamese cancel me. And I'll be able to show my face at the pho restaurant. And so I was like, okay, I think it's okay. So I then sent it to my mom, and my mom, she translates it, right? She's like, okay, it says, you know, how Mike Nguyen went from being an educational analyst to a comedian and copywriter. And two things. First of all, nobody interviewed me.
That was going to be my question. Like, where are they getting this information? Your LinkedIn?
Great question. So if you Google me, Mike Nguyen, one of the hits is going to be this interview I did for this website called Working Not Working. Do you know what that is?
No, but it sounds like this podcast.
Yeah.
It's like the same.
It's called Working Not Working. Is it's two Asians about, and they're talking about not working.
Yeah.
No, it's this website, and it's like a freelancing website.
Okay.
It used to be really cool. Like
Yeah.
it used to be like invite only. That's how, and all the coolest freelancers were on it. It's very
Oh.
stupid. But my friend did like a little interview about how basically I went from an analyst job to a creative job. And it was cool. It was fun to do, and you can totally read it. It's up there. It's not. I don't say anything like mind blowing, but this article, this thing on SBTN, they just straight up lifted that.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, they like took that and translated it into Vietnamese,
Got
like all
it.
my main speaking points.
Yeah.
Like about how you know this is what you need to do if you want to make a transition in your career, and this is what I used to do, and now what I do this, and blah blah blah, comedian, blah blah blah. Hilarious, somewhat shoddy journalism.
Yeah.
Because they didn't credit this other site. You know,
Yeah.
they just like picked up the info, put it down, didn't interview me, didn't reach out, nothing. And it was just
And they just like lifted pictures from your social media?
yeah, they just lifted pictures from my social, right? And this guy who originally pointed out that I was on SBTN sent me another clip. I mean, another photo, and there's like a lot of pictures of me. This segment must have gone on for like a minute or something like that. And it was very unsettling because I'm like, oh shit, I forgot that people can really see my Instagram.
Yeah.
And not just that, Vietnamese aunties can also see my Instagram.
Yes.
So they picked all that shit up and they put it out there. And it was cool. I sent it to my mom, and my mom translated it, and then she was like, hey, you're pretty famous, ha ha. I think she was joking. But I put that conversation on Instagram, and then everybody was like, oh, is your mom super proud of you and everything like that? And it was interesting because it made me think about how I don't really I don't really seek out the approval of my parents. I mean, because I'm kind of older now.
Yeah.
And it's sort of less relevant. And I think really I think I've come to realize it's more like it'd just be nice for them to understand what I do.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not just like conceptually you're a comedian, but just like the effort that I have,
Right.
the amount of energy that I put out, and that the fact that like, you know, I've got something kind of going on either with the podcast or out in New York City or whatever. That's more important to me. Like that they're like, oh, he's doing stuff. It's less like, oh, they don't have to be super proud of me. It's fine,
Right.
you know? That was like sort of like the thing that I got out of this whole thing was like, yes, I put it out there and that was cool. and it's nice to have that, and it's nice to show something to my parents. But it wasn't, it was strange and nothing at the same time. Does that make sense?
Well, do you think that it helps validate what you are doing to them because now it's on this like outlet that maybe they know about?
Yeah, I think it won't really like hit on them unless I was like in a movie.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it has to be a movie with Martin Lawrence.
That's
Lawrence,
the only way.
Yeah, is my favorite and my mom's favorite comedian.
Got it.
Martin Lawrence.
Yeah.
And Steve Urkel. But she loves Martin Lawrence. And
So specific.
It's super specific. She loves Martin Lawrence movies. So I think for her, it's like if she can, like if I'm in a Martin Lawrence movie, then she's like, oh, I see now what's going on, like this connection.
Yeah.
But I do think that they're kind of the understanding. My dad in particular, last time I hung out with him, in California, this is very recently, like a year ago, he somehow found out that I do stand-up comedy. I think somebody told him, like one of my uncles told him. And he was honestly really interested.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's good.
I think he knows what that is now. He knows what it is, but like he's like been exposed to more of it.
Yeah.
And I think because he was sitting there and he was like asking me all these questions, which never happens.
Yeah.
I would get honor roll, never ask me questions about honor roll, never ask me questions about getting into college. Ask me a lot of questions about stand-up. I was like, oh, so you get up on stage and you tell jokes and what's that like? And I was like, this is so weird.
Yeah.
We're having a conversation. So that was like kind of cool. And again, I think it's more like for Asian parents, it's like, I'm just interested in making sure they understand that I'm not just fucking around.
Yes.
That's important to me.
Yeah.
I'm not fucking around.
Yeah.
And I think they know that I'm not fucking around and this is important to me. And that was nice.
I understand that journey.
Yeah.
It's like, because they don't know what it is to do comedy. It just feels like you're just having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo.
Which it is. It's fun, but
It
it's
is
also
fun.
a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I totally get that. Wait, so have your parents never seen you perform?
They haven't seen me perform. Strategically for me.
Okay.
Because I don't. There's a fairly good chance that at any show that I would tell my parents to come to would be a terrible show.
Yeah.
And I'm not exposing my parents to like some dank basement open mic. I'm going to like make sure it's like. I was like, if I headlined at the Punchline.
Yeah.
Then they can come see me.
I see.
Something where it's like really hot. And even if they don't get all my jokes, they will. They're just in a room of people laughing and they'll laugh too.
Right.
That's
and they'll
cool.
just like see.
That's
the
right.
Success.
See the success. Money coming on me. It was great. That's great. Their English is very good, by the way. I'm not trying to say that they wouldn't understand. They don't understand it in the sense that like, there's a lot of stupid references I make.
Totally.
You
My dad is American.
Yeah.
And he saw me do improv and he didn't get it. He's like, y'all should talk louder. I was like, okay.
Y'all should talk. That's the main note.
Yeah.
Way
it
louder.
really was.
Really?
He was like, I liked your one friend. And I was like, really? What part did you like about it? And he was really loud. I was like, you don't care about what happened. You just care about how loud we are. And his English is perfect.
Yeah, forget writing. How about volume?
Yeah.
Have you tried volume?
Half the time it is like notes like that where I'm like, this is not part of the notes feedback process at all.
Yeah, so I was an SBTN
That's exciting.
Asian. Hold
I
on.
can't believe they didn't reach out to you. That's so
Isn't that funny?
Like that to me is
Didn't DM slide me.
at all.
Nothing.
This is a national, like it's in Vietnam?
It's an international channel. I haven't done the research, but the fact that they call it Saigon Broadcasting suggests to
Yeah.
me that it's not in Vietnam.
Yeah, you're right.
Although, they do call Saigon, Saigon still in Vietnam.
Yeah.
So I was an SBTN Asian. If you're enjoying my SBTN story, leave us a review. All right, hit 5 stars. If you're on the podcast app, you can hit 5 stars. Leave us a review. We're at 993 reviews, almost at 1,000 reviews. We haven't had a written review in a month, which sucks. I love reading them. They're so fun to read. It's the only comment on the internet that's positive I've ever read. So please leave a nice review for us. If you're on Spotify, you can hit subscribe or follow, and then that will make sure that you're checking out the latest episodes. If you're on YouTube, this will be on YouTube. Hit subscribe. We've got an okay number of subscribers. It's nice. Give us a thumbs up and leave a comment about do your parents understand what you do? That's the level.
Yeah.
Forget they respect you.
Yeah.
No. Do your parents conceptually understand what you do.
Mm-hmm.
That's, I think, a big thing. I mean, I think short of literally doctor and even sometimes engineer, I don't even know if Asian parents really understand what engineers do. You know what I'm saying?
I don't. My parents don't.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you if you're enjoying this shit, leave us a review. Tell your friends. Take a screenshot and tag us at Asian Not Asian Pod. And yeah, that's the best way to support the show. How about you, Jenny? What kind of Asian were you this week?
I was a hermit crab Asian.
Hermit crab Asian.
Yes. And
Why?
Of course, that just means I was hermiting socially.
Okay, right. Are you that hermity?
I am like an introvert, but like 51% introvert.
I see.
And so I do this gorgeous thing where I'll like go hard for like a week where
Yeah.
I'm like socializing like crazy.
Yeah.
And then I'm just like, I can't do this anymore. Like
Right.
power down. And
Right.
I'm just like, need to be alone.
Ah.
So I think I hit that point probably like Tuesday this week. I was
Whoa.
like, I just need to be alone for a
Okay.
sec.
Yeah.
Which doesn't really mean anything because I'm on the phone all the time. I love talking, famously. And so I have like 3 phone calls a day with like friends and stuff.
Phone call them.
Like I'll walk while I'm like running errands or whatever. I'm almost always talking on the phone. So that's
Whoa.
like, but I don't count it as much as socializing because for me it's like I'm doing my own thing. Like it's almost like podcasting, but IRL. So that's like literally that was my week this week. But otherwise I've just been like watching art. Like I watched Everything Everywhere all at once.
Oh, yes.
Which truly blew my mind.
shit.
And then I finished Severance. Like I was just like getting through
A lot
content.
of content. Yeah.
and there is some very good content out there.
I have heard.
that is like breaking, I think, like the mold of what content could be in a
Whoa.
way that's like that was also very I don't know, like exciting and also very motivating to make stuff because
Yeah.
I was like, oh, because sometimes I see bad stuff and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
like it's just about quantity and not quality anymore. But I
Sure.
was like, there's some good stuff in there.
Yeah.
So that was my week. It was like a lot of just like rebuilding. This is probably why I'm so hyper right now, Mike. I haven't seen a lot of people.
Because you've just been at home hermiting and like building
Yes.
up your calcium levels or whatever the hell.
Yeah,
You know, yeah. Okay.
exactly. So I think like I'm just like going all out right now in this conversation where I'm like, I have a million things to say. And I just remembered something. I watched part of the movie Kingsman last night.
Yeah.
A little high. And am I allowed to say?
Yeah.
And have you seen the Kingsman series?
Man, we can talk about this quite a bit because I have so many thoughts about it. But okay, so the first one, Kingsman.
The Kingsman, yeah.
Kingsman. It was okay. I've seen that, and then I started watching Kingsman, and I stopped.
The newest one, right?
Yeah.
Oh my, there is one scene. I need to talk about this, I guess, very publicly. There is one scene that truly was so jarring.
Which one?
So he has this big leg on his scar.
Yes.
Scar on his leg.
Yeah.
Did you see that scene?
Yes, that's where
With
I stopped
Rasputin?
it. Yes, I stopped it.
I was watching with my roommate. We were just watching and we started screaming.
Yeah.
Because I was like tonally okay. So just to give everyone like a sense, I don't think I'm ruining this plot for
No.
anybody. Basically, this guy, he got shot in the leg. He has a scar on his leg. He's like in a fight with Rasputin.
Rasputin, the historical character.
Yes, the
from Russia.
historical character
Russian
Rasputin.
character, like the mystic. Yeah.
And the way that they've kind of portrayed Rasputin is to be almost like very like sexually free,
Yes.
almost magical, mystical, but also like conniving. He's evil. And so he's like in this room with this guy, and then he basically tells him to take his pants off.
Right.
And his scar kind of looks,
Yeah.
vaguely like a vagina. And Rasputin starts going down on it basically.
Right.
And the joke is and then it fixes a scar, but like, and then the guy Ralph Fiennes, is like reacting in a very like sexual way as this guy like licks his scar.
Yes,
it is tonally does not make sense for the movie.
Thank you.
Is unnecessary for the plot.
Yes,
and it's just like completely wild. I think it was supposed to be comedic, but I had a moment where I was watching and I was like, dude. Is this comedy? I really had a moment where I was like, is this am I the one who doesn't get like am I the one who's off here and thinking it doesn't
You don't
make
know
sense?
about Russian historical vaginal comedy. Do you not understand that's like the new thing now?
I just couldn't believe that they wrote that into a script and was like, do you know what'd be really funny? If it looked like Rasputin was going down on this guy's leg. I was like, I signed up for a dumb movie.
Oh, for sure.
And then at that point I was like, this is too dumb.
It was too dumb. Also,
it made no sense.
We're probably at the 40th minute of the movie at this point.
Yeah.
And I will say, very little action.
Yes.
Very little action.
A lot of plot, a
So
lot
much
of history.
A lot of history. Not accurate, by the way.
Not accurate
Not
at all.
accurate history. But yeah.
Yeah, and then I don't know. I turned it off pretty briefly after that as well.
Yeah.
But I was just like, what is this? So that's an example of content that's horrible.
Bad content.
Really bad. And the crazy thing is, so I was freaking out over that scene that I was like, why haven't people been talking about this?
Yeah, yeah.
I like went on Twitter.
Oh, you went on there. Okay.
Like thinking that I would find something. And then I realized no one watched the movie. Like, what am I talking about? The only reason why I watched it is because it popped up on Hulu.
Yeah. Yes, same for me.
Anyways, that was wild. My week really was just watching a lot of stuff and kind of like sitting quietly.
What Jenny's week, my week was SBTN, and Jenny's was watching Rasputin go down on Ralph Fiennes.
Yeah.
As he fixes his car. I don't know, it was crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, I think that's a good one.
Let's talk about the gift that keeps on giving. Hello Tushy Bidet. It cleans your butt way better than wiping, cuts your toilet paper use down by 80%, saves trees, and all the thousands of gallons of water used to convert them into toilet paper. And it comes with a book full of poop jokes. My butt is in love. Guys, here at Asian Not Asian, we love Tushy. Mike and I both use it. And if you're wondering, guys, why are you guys always in sync? Why are you guys, the banter is amazing. You guys are so freaking funny. What is your secret? Well, it's because we have clean butts. That is our secret. The Hello Tushy Bidet washes your bum with fresh water for a way better clean than toilet paper. Make the restroom your best room with the complete Tushy system, including the Tushy Bidet attachment ottoman. It's got an ottoman, oh my god. Toilet brush and Tushy stand and tissues. Join the millions of happy Hello Tushy customers right now who take care of their Yule logs the dignified way. Give the gift of a clean bum to yourself and your loved ones this holiday season and get 10% off plus free shipping right now at hellotushy.com/ANA. That's hellotushy.com/ANA for 10% off and free shipping. Well, you know me, Mike. You know me, right?
I know.
You know.
I know.
If you know this, if you know anything about me, you know that I'm out there.
Yes. You're out there.
I'm out there pounding, and a lot of people are like, "Fumi, why are you so good at pounding?" And by a lot of people,
yeah. I always ask that.
Yeah,
I don't even believe you.
By a lot of people, I just mean Mike. The secret is, it is Helix Sleep Mattress. Helix Sleep has a quiz that takes just 2 minutes to complete and matches your body type and sleep preferences to the perfect mattress for you. Why would you buy a mattress made for someone else? With Helix, you're getting a mattress that you know will be perfect for the way you sleep and pounding.
Everybody's unique and pounds uniquely, and Helix knows that. So they have several different mattress models to choose from. They have soft, medium, and firm. Wink, wink. Mattresses. Mattresses great for cooling you down if you get hot, and even a Helix Plus mattress for plus size sleepers. Because hey, man, everybody needs love.
Just go to helixsleep.com/Asian. Take their 2-minute sleep quiz, and they'll match you to the customized mattress that will give you the best sleep/pound of your life.
They have a 10-year warranty, and you get to try it out for free for 100 nights, risk-free. They'll even pick it up for you if you don't love it, but you will.
Helix is offering up to $200 off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners at helix.com/Asian.
That's helix.com/Asian for up to $200 off. And when you're doing your threesomes, 2 free pillows.
Now back to this.
Very quickly, just to kind of end this.
Yeah.
Is there a piece of content you're looking forward to?
Looking forward to yes. So there's a couple things. I love Flight Attendant. On
yeah,
HBO.
okay, yeah.
The second season is coming out. I feel like that might be a controversial statement, but
why?
Some people did not like that show, and I thought it was fun, and I liked it a lot.
Can I say too that I think we are in an era of genre bending content.
Yeah,
because like Flight Attendant, kind of like with with Kingsman, although done better, is Flight Attendant is like a thriller, but also funny.
Exactly.
Right? There's a lot of stuff that's coming out that's like, what is this? Is this like supposed to be funny? Is it not? A Search Party is like the ultimate example where it's like it's a horror movie now.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, or an action movie.
Yeah.
And then also a thriller. But yeah, I agree with you. Flight Attendant.
really liked Flight Attendant. Also, one of the guy in it went to my high school. He was a year younger than me.
What?
He was like the hot young one that she would hook up with.
Was he hot guy when he was in?
He was not.
Really?
He was just like a drama. He was like cool, but like not in the jock way.
Right.
And when I saw him, I was like, what?
Whoa.
He like got big and muscly. Wild. He was so mousy and little before.
Big and muscly.
So Flight Attendant, Girls 5 Eva season 2 is dropping, I think, soon on Peacock.
Okay.
Which I love.
Yes.
That show.
Wow.
And then there is like a new Vanessa Bayer show dropping on Showtime. I'm trying to get through Yellow Jackets.
Oh shit.
But it's really bloody and I don't do well with gore.
I love this because this is all content Fumi would never have watched.
I know. I was like, this is once again very female. Very
female.
Like,
I love it.
Yeah.
No, but you haven't mentioned an anime at all. You haven't mentioned any Attack on Titans, anything like that.
I don't know those words.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. So yeah, tell us what kind of content you are. I mean, not you are. You are. You guys are watching. This segment here. What kind of Asian were you this week? We want to bring everyone into it. So we're going to start. We're gonna start doing that with. We have a voicemail you can leave. We want to hear what kind of Asian you were this week. So you can drop us a voicemail. The number is 646-809-7231. 646-809-7231. It's just a box. It's not like I'm gonna pick up and talk to you. No, it's just a box. You just like leave your voicemail. It's anonymous. You can leave your name if you want. But you can just also just tell us what kind of Asian you were this week. It could be anything. As you can see, I was an SBTN Asian. All right, and Jenny was hermit crab Asian. It could be anything. You could be. You know, I was a stripper Asian, and you could take it in any direction you want. Okay, you could be. I'm a mom boss Asian. Okay, whatever that means to you. You could be. I'm a Python coder Asian. It doesn't matter. Just like anything that was notable to you that you want to share and made you think, damn, Asian not Asian needs to hear about this. Okay, and we go through that all the time. Every single one of us, and everyone listening to the pod. Something's happened to you this week or recently. It doesn't have to be this week. Recently, where you're like, damn, I gotta talk to you about this, and I gotta talk about how I was a whatever Asian. We want to hear from you. Again, that's number is 646-809-7231. It has to be voicemail because we want to hear your voice because it, as Fumi would say, makes us horny. Okay, I haven't had that energy in here for a little bit. It makes us horny. So again, one more time, that's 646-809-7231. Tell us what kind of Asian were you this week.
Safe space, no judgment zone.
It's no judgment unless we make it funny, in which case there's a little bit of a judgment.
Yes.
But we're going to make it funny.
Oh, and then what I said earlier. If you brag too much.
Oh, yes.
And I'm mentally not in a place to deal with your brag, then it won't be a safe space. No, I'm just kidding.
We want to hear it all. We want to hear it all. If
you
have something to brag about, how you told your parents about your job and they understood what it was, that's a huge thing.
That is a huge brag.
Thing. I want to hear about it. We want to hear about it. And okay, so we've been talking a little bit about content, and I wanted to dig in a little bit more with Jenny about this. There's a show I've been watching, and I think I would have liked it before, but now I really like it because I have a son.
Yeah.
And it's on Netflix. It's called Old Enough.
Yes. I fucking love this show.
I love that show
so much.
Man, okay, if you guys don't know, it's on Netflix. It's called Old Enough, and I guess it's a Japanese.
It's a Japanese show,
and it's been around for a while.
Yes.
Okay, and the entire premise of it is they take very young children. I'm talking about I think the youngest person I saw, it was like a 2-year-old or something.
Yes, 2-year-olds.
And they will send them on an errand, as in okay, we need you to go to the store and buy some diapers and buy some fish from the fish market, and on the way back, get yourself like a smoothie or something like that, right? And then come home. And they send these children out, 2 or 3 or 4 years old, and they have hidden cameras everywhere and hidden cameramen following them around, and they just follow these kids as they go around and do this errand, and it is, first of all, just a harrowing adventure. Every single thing is like a harrowing adventure. The children are all so pure.
So cute.
So pure.
Yes.
And it is, again, because I think I'm in this headspace.
Yeah.
But everything to me is just I want to cry at everything.
Yes.
But you said that you used to watch this all the time.
I love this show. I love this show. I can't believe it's getting its airtime in America now.
Mm-hmm.
I really never thought it would.
Yeah.
But it's they do specials throughout the year in Japan, and my parents have Japan TV, and so
yeah.
my mom knows now to record it. And then whenever I'm back in California, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
Like either with her or alone sometimes. And I'm almost always sobbing by the end of it.
Yes.
And the Netflix ones are like pretty short.
Yeah,
but,
they're
like,
short. Yeah.
in Japan, they'll like do like an hour and a half special or whatever. And then they've done it for so long that they will catch up with kids who did it.
Oh.
Who have fully grown up now.
Wow.
And then there's somewhere like the kids in it have had kids and those kids are doing their little like errands. And it's just so pure.
So pure.
And just, I just love it so much. And I don't know, I'm just like obsessed with it. And I'm like glad that people now have seen it here. I don't know. There's a lot about like society that it represents, but
Yes.
also it's kind of cool to see like 2-year-olds have personalities.
They have a crazy personality.
Like, they're
And
so different.
They're all different from each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, at 2, there's like a kid who's like on top of it. And then there's like a kid who's like fucking around the whole time.
Yeah. Fucking right.
Yeah,
Yeah. He's like a drunk.
Yeah, he's a drunk. He's like, I don't want to do this.
I don't want to do this. I'm going to like go and take this money and spend it on something else.
Yeah, like the kids who spend it on their whatever they want.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's a vibe.
I love it. And I feel that people don't talk enough about how adorable Asian babies and children are.
Yes.
We are, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because we all grow up to be emotionally stifled, unfulfilled adults. But as children, we are so beautiful.
Yes.
And cute. It's not even close. I'm sorry if that is not a PC thing to say, because Asian babies are the best babies.
I think that,
I'm gonna say it.
but I agree with that. But
I
it's
think
also
so.
we're Asian. Every time I see an Asian
so
baby
cute.
on my feed, I'm just like, that's a good baby. But I'm like, is that genetic?
That's a good baby.
Because it just it's more representative of me.
I know, it looks like me, you know.
Yeah.
So but we're so cute. We're so adorable. Anyways,
But like, okay, so how does it make you feel now that you have your own little baby?
Yeah.
How does it make you feel seeing like a 2-year-old doing this?
well, it makes me. First of all, I'm already thinking like, can I get my son on the show somehow? Okay, he is not Japanese, would have to go to Japan. Anyways, this whole thing. I also think I've been to Japan once.
Yeah.
And when I was there, I was taken aback about how young there were sometimes like how young the kids were who were just like doing stuff.
Yeah.
Unsupervised.
yes.
There was a lot of school children.
Yes.
They weren't like 2, but they were like 6.
Yeah.
You know, very small, loaded up with gear. I don't know what it is with Japanese
Gear?
people and loading up their kids with gear.
Yeah.
Like they all had uniforms.
Oh,
hats.
I know what you mean. Yeah. Just like carrying things.
Yeah. Like they each had, I would say, usually had a backpack, some sort of laptop or something, a lunch bag. So they had like tons of stuff, and they would just stand there like with the adults.
Yeah.
Just like standing in line, and then like going into the, just like any other person. And they were so young. This would never happen. Maybe it would happen in America, but not in a big city. I don't think. I think the youngest I've ever seen somebody, like a kid in New York City. Maybe I've seen like a 10-year-old. Maybe.
And even then, I'm like, you shouldn't be alone.
Yeah, exactly. Even then,
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, you should like go somewhere safer. But
Right.
like, yeah, in Japan, it was so safe.
Yes.
That it was totally cool, and the kids are very confidently just walking along and not getting lost or whatever, any of that
Yeah.
shit. So that was like a big thing. And it makes me sad.
Yes. I have all that. So when I was like younger, I used to spend my summers in Japan with my
shit.
grandma.
Yeah.
Like my mom would be there too, but I like would go to school for like 2 months.
Oh,
or like a
shit.
month.
Wow.
At the public school, which I don't know if that's legal. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
how did that work?
I don't know,
Huh.
but it was like not like a big city. Like it was just like a little town. And they'll let me like sit in. So I like go to school and
You could understand everything.
no. Well, I
Oh.
could, but like I couldn't write. Like I was ahead in math because math is universal, but I was behind in everything else.
Sure.
Like writing essays, I couldn't do that.
Oh, come
But I would still go to school. I barely remember the school stuff, but I was probably at this point 6 to 8,
Yeah.
and I fully commuted on my own. I like would go to lunch
Yeah.
with my friends.
Yeah.
Like my mom would give me change, and then like we'd go like grab snacks
Yeah,
together.
yeah.
Like as a 6-year-old, they would just like go around and like hang out,
do
or like
stuff.
or like they would call home, and be like, "You want to go hang out at the park?" I'd be like, "Yeah," and then like would just walk and meet them there. Like everything was like on my own,
Right.
which was not my life here.
I, again, child of the 80s. I think it was a thing where there was plenty of times where I would just like wander around my neighborhood
Yeah.
just by myself, right? Like run into other neighborhood kids. Weird things would happen for sure. Like sometimes I was like, oh, I do need an adult, but
Yeah.
a lot of times it was just fine. And I guess it kind of makes me sad because it's like we have to like hover over our children all the
know.
time because I don't know if it's actually more dangerous. It's definitely perceived to be more dangerous.
Yeah.
But it's just like there's something kind of fun to your point about personalities.
Yeah.
You kind of like figure out your personality and like all your your things as you're alone with these other kids.
Yeah.
And there's not an adult to mediate any of the interactions. You have to kind of either stand up for yourself or figure stuff out.
Right.
You know, I remember my mom would make it a point of me going and buying food on my own.
Yeah.
She would like it was like a tiny old enough show.
Yeah.
For her, right? She would just be sitting there at like the food court, and you know, and like she'd be like, "Okay, you want a Sbarro pizza? Okay, here's like $3."
Yeah.
And it was like I would have to like work myself up to it.
Same.
You know?
I totally get that.
You know?
Yeah. And then you see these 3-year-olds go
Yeah.
and like they'll ask for like curry.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
yeah,
you're
yeah.
3 and you went to an adult and asked to like find the stuff in the grocery store. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
I barely can do that at 30.
It's so they're so pure and wonderful.
I know. It's so pure. And it's just also just the sense of like, I have to do this or my
Yes.
family
Yes.
will perish.
Yeah.
It's like, if I don't go home with this like pack of food, I'm like, we won't eat tonight.
Well,
I love that.
the best one of the biggest genius moves is they give the kids a microphone, like in a little bag that the kids
Yeah.
don't know it's a microphone, and the things they say, stuff like that, where it's like, "Mom and Dad are expecting me. I gotta get home," you
Yeah.
know, or just like their inner monologue that they
Yes.
say out loud. You don't catch all that stuff, because
Right.
you're not hanging out with them and listening to this little kid. You're like, so it's cool to like hear them, like work through it in their own
Yeah.
minds. I will say there is one episode that was so hard to watch because she's very young. She's like 2.5 years old. She's so cute. But her like dad had passed away.
Oh.
And so she is like really afraid all the time. And like, so they tell her to like call on her dad to like give her support.
Yeah.
And I was just, come on, man. This is just too much, man. I was like, I had to watch it in like little increments.
Yeah.
Like a minute at a
Yeah.
time. And I would stop and just like, I'm so sorry. You know, like nobody deserves, you know, you can do it. Your
Yeah.
dad loves you, man. You know, there he is. He's a pigeon right now. It was so sweet. And she does it. And she like eventually like gives a thumbs up to her dad in the sky.
Aw.
Oh my God.
I'm like tearing up listening
It's
to you
so-
describe it.
And she was so scared of everything, and then like it was just so much. It was so much, man.
I freaking love this show.
So-
I really I want everyone to see it.
So there's like tons of it then.
Oh yeah, there's tons of it. Like whatever's on Netflix is truly an increment because they've been doing this for so long.
Fuck.
Where they're like literally kids who are full adults with their own families now. And it's so cute. I wonder like because I don't have the same sense when I look at kids here. Like
Yeah.
they don't seem mature in the same way. Is it just that like it's because their parents are always with them? Or is that just like an unfair way of me to read this?
I don't know if it's a fair or not fair thing. I think it's more I think kids here could do it.
Yeah.
It's just like you would have so many Twitter moms on you if you had a show like this in America.
Yes.
If you had Old Enough, but in America.
Yeah.
People be like, this is irresponsible.
Totally.
Blah, blah, blah. You know, you can't be doing this. Where is like the PTA meeting or whatever that,
Yeah.
you know. I can't imagine any show where they're like, okay, we're going to release a 4-year-old into Vaughn's, you know, the grocery store, and like, okay, have him go and buy a chicken cutlet or something, right? If there was a little 4-year-old wandering around, even the rest of our society would just be like, what's wrong with this 4-year-old? We
Yeah.
would like all go over to the 4-year-old and just be like, what's going, you know, like, are you okay? You know, what's going to happen?
Right.
So I just think like right now America is like, it's too fraught. You know what I'm saying?
It's also like not. There's a lot of these places where they're filming it is like it's community. It's small, oftentimes.
Yeah.
In the show.
Yes.
And I think like there aren't a lot of places like that in America where it's like walkable.
Oh, walkable.
And
Yeah.
it's like a small community where everyone's just like kind of taking care of each other.
Yeah.
So it's just like not a place where that happens.
I think what they should do is they should have an Old Enough in America, but the kids drive different places. Okay, because we're a driving culture.
Yeah, we're a driving
we should
culture.
just have the kid get into like an old Chevy.
Yeah.
You know, like stand on one of those like phone booths or phone books and just.
What if we give them like one of those, you know, what are those small cars, like the kid cars that
Yeah.
like drive? You know what
Oh,
I'm talking
yeah,
about?
yeah.
I was so jealous of kids who had that.
my
And then,
God,
but then
me
they
too.
have to run their errands in that.
Yes.
It's like you go to CVS, you pick up my prescriptions.
You have to
they
buy
go through they go
prescriptions.
through the drive-through in that tiny little thing. And
They,
then they're
yes,
just
they have
like-
to go to the CVS and be like, I need hemorrhoid cream.
Yeah.
And that's the American version of
Yeah,
old enough,
exactly.
buying hair more cream.
Because just you talking about like seeing a 4-year-old walking around, I get notes. I'm 30 and I get notes. It's like, you're going to walk home at night right now. And I'm like, it's 10:30. And I'm like, if I'm getting notes for walking home, like people being like, that's dangerous. You should really have someone supervising you. Then of course a 4-year-old can't do it.
We should have an old enough in New York City where it's like, can Jenny,
Yes.
34 or whatever, do her errands? And she can't do it. And she's just like,
Yeah.
you just break down.
I break down
You're
crying.
crying.
Yeah, I'm crying and I'm just like, with my mom, I have to do this or my mom won't see me wear these cool tailored pants.
I need oat milk. Otherwise, the gluten-free cookies won't be good.
Yeah.
Whoa, what was that? Dang, that's
what
crazy.
is that sound?
It's nice.
It's the sound of another sale on Shopify, the all-in-one commerce platform to start, run, and grow your business. Shopify gives entrepreneurs the resources once reserved for big business, so upstarts, startups, and established businesses alike can sell everywhere, synchronized online and in-person sales, and effortlessly stay informed.
Scaling your business is a journey of endless possibility. I love how Shopify has the tools and resources to make it easy for any business to succeed from down the street to around the globe. Like mine, Shopify powers a million businesses from first sale to full scale.
Reach customers online and across social networks with an ever-growing suite of channel integrations and apps, including Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, and more.
Gain insights as you grow with detailed reporting of conversion rates, profit margins, and beyond.
More than a store, Shopify grows with you.
This is Possibility, powered by Shopify.
Go to shopify.com/Asian, all lowercase, for a free 14-day trial and get full access to Shopify's entire suite of features.
Grow your business with Shopify today. Go to shopify.com/Asian right now.
Shopify.com/Asian.
This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp Online Therapy. Listen, I don't know about you guys, but I've been definitely feeling burnt out. I think with the pandemic, everything happening in my life, all the changes at the podcast and everything. Plus, I'm Asian and I grew up thinking taking breaks, hey, that was for lazy people. I know better now. And I know taking care of your mental health is so, so important. BetterHelp Online Therapy wants to remind you to prioritize yourself. I've been through therapy. I've meditate. I try to make it a priority. And I'll tell you, therapy can really make a difference. BetterHelp is customized online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat sessions with your therapist. So you don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to. It's more affordable than in-person therapy. You can be matched with a therapist in 48 hours. This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp, and Asian Not Asian listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/Asian. That's BETTERHELP.com/Asian. Go check it out. Now we're going to play the Asian Not Asian game. That's how we end our episodes. And the Asian Not Asian game is we're going to say something that we've mentioned on the podcast. And we're going to talk about, is it Asian or not? I got one. Mm-hmm. So again, Asian Not Asian, the game. We're going to talk about if something we mentioned on the podcast is Asian or not. First of all, cable news. Is cable news Asian or not?
Not
Asian. Interesting.
Asian.
Tell me why.
This is also just based off of my parents viewing. They only watch network stuff.
Yeah.
And like the Japanese news they get is all from the main like NHK, which is like their public national station. So I just feel like cable is just like not something that I like my parents care about, and I don't like. It's like if it's not on Kimmel, then I don't know what's going
it's
on.
Not on Kimmel.
You know what I mean? So to me, it's not very Asian to have these like little news channels. I think it's like national news to me is Asian.
Is NHK? It doesn't lean any.
No, it's very like
right?
BBC vibe.
Okay,
like
so
it's like supposed to be like
information.
I think there's like very strict rules on like how you present information. Yeah.
I'm gonna say it is very Asian, but because I'm Vietnamese, Vietnamese people love Fox News.
I can
love
see that.
Fox News. Earlier, when I was talking about how my fan mentioned that SBTN was playing in his house, I was surprised because all that plays in the houses of Vietnamese people I know is Fox News. We love Fox News. I used to watch Bill O'Reilly constantly, and it would be the only reason I would stand watching so much Fox News was because my mom would be making pho at the same time.
Right.
And I was like, okay, If I got to sit here and listen to Bill O'Reilly for 40 minutes so I can get a bowl of pho, it's worth it.
Yeah.
But it was tough, I will say.
I was going to say, that is a hard...
It was tough.
Yeah, it depends on the day for me.
Yeah. So I'm going to say it is. Jenny says it's not. We want to hear what you think is cable news Asian or not. That's the first one for me. How about you?
Freelance.
Freelance.
Like freelance work.
Woo! Okay. I'm going to say it's a generational thing.
Mm-hmm.
For somebody who is my generation or older, let's just say a John Nguyen
Yeah.
is not into freelance, not
Okay.
freelancing. He's still trying to get that good job at IBM.
Yeah.
He's trying to get that good job at IBM, so it's not Asian there. Yeah, but freelancing for Beau Nguyen,
Love of my life.
Yeah, he's like, I need money for the flowy pants that I bought.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's into that freelance life. He's
Got it.
liking that. He's using that so that he can like live out of a camper van in Mexico
Yeah.
and surf every day. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
That's good. I think I need to revisit what I define as Asian because I keep thinking about it in the context of my parents. And I'm
It
like,
can
wait,
be fine too. That's fine.
I'm Asian though. It doesn't always have to be in the context of my parents. I was going to say, if it's your only source of income, not Asian. Because it's too unpredictable.
Yeah,
Who knows?
for sure.
If it's a side hustle while you have another job, very Asian.
Yes.
Because they're like, hell yeah.
You know, you're right.
Monetize your skills.
I feel that Asian aunties, they do have their main job,
Yeah.
but they're always freelancing as a real estate agent. You ever notice that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I feel, maybe this is just my aunts.
Yeah, I was going to say, we're all just talking about our families.
Yeah. Yeah. They love having their, my aunt was like she had a regular bank job at a good bank, actually Bank of Japan.
Oh.
And she had a freelance side thing as a real estate agent. Vietnamese women love real estate, so that was her side hustle freelance thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that. For me, it's like my parents, like immediately when I started doing comedy, they're like, interesting. How do you monetize?
Oh.
When are you going to start making money off of it?
Yo.
And I'm like, probably not for a while.
But your parents didn't have any side hustle things.
No. No. That's what they're just like, pick a job, stick to it for the rest of your life.
Do that only. Yes.
Yeah.
I like that.
Blockbuster action movies.
Oh shit. Asian.
The most Asian
Asian thing.
I think that's maybe more Asian than any. And it's all, they're starring white people.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
that's
yeah,
what makes it the most Asian thing.
Yeah. That makes it Asian.
Yeah. Like a very white superstar action movie.
Yes.
So Asian.
Anything with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Is actually the most Asian movie.
Yes.
Asian parents fucking love.
They
action
love
movies.
like people in Asia love that.
Yes.
People here, Asian American parents, they love.
Love it.
Yeah.
What is your parents' favorite action movie?
I grew up watching Zorro.
Oh, with Antonio
Banderas. Yeah. That was one that I grew up watching a lot of. I don't know if they remember that, but I recently rewatched it and I was like, I remember every frame of this movie. I watched it so much. I feel like the Mission Impossibles are huge.
Yeah, those are good.
And
True Lies was mine.
I don't even know what that is.
True Lies with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's and then to go even further back, my dad. This is again, 80s thing. Death Wish.
Oh yeah.
Charles Bronson. My God. Vietnamese people fucking love Charles Bronson.
Interesting.
Just like a guy with a mustache and a gun. Just like, oh, fucking, the Vietnamese uncles are all about that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Like in Japan, they like Tom Cruise is huge there.
Tom Cruise. Yep.
So I feel like anything that's like kind of that era, like 80s, 90s,
yeah.
like action movies are like so Asian to me.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
They love it.
And that's why Kingsman didn't work out.
No.
Didn't have that masculine,
Yeah.
you know.
And I don't think people would react well to the eating out of the leg.
I don't think so. Okay, here's the last one. Running errands. Just in general.
Oh.
Doesn't have to be a kid running errands like an old enough. Just running errands in general. Is that Asian?
Yes.
Yeah.
So Asian.
So Asian.
Less Asian than action movies with white people in it though. But errands, yeah, like my like I feel like every Asian person's life is mostly errands.
Yes, it's all errands. Yes.
That's my life too.
Yeah, you're right. I remember I would be so bored as a kid with my mom taking us we went to the bank so much back in the day.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Because that's how I don't know, was your family like cash only?
Maybe.
Because my parents were.
That's what it is.
Which is like, I think like a very old school mindset, but it's
Yeah.
like, so you had to go to the bank constantly.
We were at the bank so much.
Yeah.
I got to know all the tellers. They eventually had some toys at the bank.
Oh, nice.
For us to play with because we would just be sitting there so bored. I don't know how people used to do it. You know, I don't think I've talked to a teller in like a decade.
Same.
Right?
I would go to the bank and then I actively do as much as I can on the ATM.
Yes, exactly. I will only talk to the bank teller if like I got my my ID hacked.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I'm no longer Mike Nguyen, then I will talk to the teller.
Yeah.
That's the only reason. It's crazy. Errands are extremely Asian. We're gonna say that.
It's like the only way I socialize or like connect with my parents sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm like, I have to go to the store and pick up this thing. Do you want to come? And they're like, okay, I'll run an errand with you. And that's like how we like kind of build our relationship. Running
through
errands together. Yeah.
That's sweet. Is there a really unusual errand that either I guess like whenever I come home, there's always like an errand or task that my parents have saved for me. Like they waited for me to come back for them to
like
do it.
fixing the printer or something. Oh, no, that's not an errand.
No, yeah, but I mean similar idea.
Yeah.
For me, it's always like we're getting something out of storage.
Oh,
We're going
yes.
to the storage unit.
That's what my brother gets because he's the strong one of the family. So
Yeah.
then he has to go to the storage unit and help bring stuff in.
Okay,
that's so real.
Here's a bonus one. Storage units. Are storage units Asian or not Asian? Storage
Asian.
units. Yes.
So
yes.
Asian.
So Asian to have a
just
storage
like,
unit.
It's like we have a lot of stuff. We're not gonna get rid of it. We gotta put it in a storage unit.
Fucking Asian people love hoarding stuff.
Yes.
Not getting rid of. Why would you get rid of anything? You might have to
You
use
might have
it
to
again.
use it, yeah.
Why would we not have 7 rice cookers?
Yeah.
Right.
Because what if this one breaks and then the next one breaks too?
And the next one breaks, and
the
we
next
have
one
don't worry,
breaks.
we have 5 more. Okay, so yes, storage units. Our parents came to this country for storage units. They don't have storage units in Vietnam. Okay, you think they got like a storage unit? No, there is nothing. There's just what you saw right in front of you,
Yeah.
and that's it. Yes,
That is the American dream.
to have a storage unit.
To have so much stuff that you need to like, or like my house can't fit it. I gotta pay an extra place to put my stuff that I freaking worked hard for.
I'm never. Yeah, why? That's the American. The American dream is to never throw anything away. That's the American dream right there. That's beautiful. That has been the Asian not Asian game. Real quick, yeah. Storage units are Asian. That was fun.
Yeah.
Do we have any closing thoughts?
No, let's all live in a society where 2-year-olds are doing all of my errands.
Yes.
That's what I want.
For Easter, let us pray.
Yes, let us pray.
Let us pray that 2-year-olds, that it's safe enough. We live in a society safe enough for 2-year-olds to walk around, unchallenged,
Yes.
uncontested. They can safely go and get errands, do errands for us.
Yes.
Right, while we chill at our storage units.
Yes.
Okay, and look at our 7 rice cookers.
Yeah. That's the dream world that's the America I want to live in.
That's the America we want to live in. So, thank you very much. You can find us on Instagram. You can find me at Nice Pants Bro on Instagram.
And you can find me pretty much anywhere at Jenny Arimoto.
And don't forget to follow us at AsianNotAsianPod.com. There was a pre-roll, but come check out our stand-up. It's May 13th is the next one. And then there's one in June. So you can just Google Hack City Comedy or go to the episode description and you can find a link for tickets to that. And it'll be fun. Until then, keep your storage unit locked. How about that? Boom.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
a good heads up for everybody.
Thanks. Bye, everybody.
Bye.